A show duct taped together by broken promises and hopes and dreams. Recorded in the corner of Wade's dirty bathroom. Get ready for WMBT.
I love animals. However, I do struggle to understand why some people choose to keep pets that could easily eat them, as easily as you or I could swat a fly. Seems like an unnecessary risk to me. Plus, you're depriving them of their natural habitat, but what do I know? Today, I'm going to share some lesser-known things about man's best friend, doggies. I thought I knew quite a bit about our furry friends, but after doing some research for this episode, turns out I don't. I'm going to cover the origins of these beautiful creatures, how their eyes work, and how their sniffers are 100,000 times stronger than ours. I also discovered that breeding some of these cute little doggies can actually be considered cruel. In addition, I ran into some interesting laws while doing my homework. Like in California, for example, it's illegal for pet psychics to operate without a permit or they'll face stiff penalties. In Switzerland, you must buy any social animal in pairs, like guinea pigs. And lastly, there's a law in Japan that states you must brush your bunny rabbit once a day, or it will be taken away. Now, believe it or not, but our adorable canine friends used to enjoy eating us. Enter Canis lupus, aka the gray wolf. This was roughly 100,000 years ago when our ancestors first settled Eurasia. Apparently, we found ourselves running away from them quite frequently. These murder puppies had a 300-pound bone-crushing bite force and could sniff us out from over a mile away, which must have felt very uncomfortable. Needless to say, our furry friends didn't have much competition. But some of the more friendlier wolves got rejected by their bloodthirsty packs, so we offered them new opportunities, especially considering they weren't trying to, eat us. So we gave them treats and leftovers. Their genetic traits were passed on gradually, breeding tamer wolves. Over time, we found that they could help us track and hunt prey, even guard our homes from approaching danger. This made our furry friends the first domesticated pets around 33,000 years ago. As we became more diverse and specialized, we bred our friends to do the same. Short, stocky dogs to herd livestock by nipping at the heels, elongated dogs to flush badgers and foxes out of burrows, thin, sleek dogs for racing, and large, muscular dogs for guard duty. Breeding over the years has gone from functionality to mostly cuteness. Sadly, though, the cuteness that we have desired has been at the expense of deforming them, causing the poor things to suffer from all kinds of health issues. This doggy, for example, doesn't have that many health issues. If you look at the snout, eyes, and head, it's not far off the original wolf version. And if a wolf had any health issues back then, it would not have lasted long enough to become the apex predator we know and respect today. Now, look at this poor pug, for example. It has to fight for breath its entire life because, well, why? We decided it's cute to shorten its snout. Frenchies also suffer from the same ailment. Bulldogs routinely experience hip dysplasia along with skin infections. Poor Dachshunds have to live with spinal and dental issues, and on we go. So as long as there are people around to buy these cute little breeds, breeders will continue to supply the demand, regardless of the doggies' pending suffering, which leads to vet bills that most people can't afford, which then leads to heartbreak for the pet owner and the vet having to put the doggies out of their misery. Lots of people think that doggies can only see in black and white, when in fact, they're sort of colorblind, really. We perceive color through a series of receptors in the retinas of our eyes called cones, and humans have 3, blue, green, and red. Doggies only have 2, blue and yellow. But they can see and distinguish between various shades of yellow, blue, gray, and something that probably comes through as a dirty greenish brown. So while we see something like this, your doggy sees something more like this. Now, dogs' visual systems are much more sensitive to flickering, which helps them perceive movement more efficiently, but it doesn't help them watch TV. If you were to start flashing a light bulb on and off, then gradually speeding up, you'd probably stop being able to distinguish the flashes at around 55 times a second. Our canine friends can see up to 80 times a second, and the average TV screen refreshes at 60 times a second, which works for us, but looks more like a flip book for our furry friends. But you can change the refresh rate on your TV to help them enjoy whatever you're watching. The oldest confirmed dog burial was found in Germany about 14,000 years ago, and it shows a dog buried alongside his human, not as property but as family. Centuries later, dogs became soldiers. The Romans used armored war dogs, and the medieval Europeans deployed massive mastiffs. Then, in World War I and II, dogs carried messages through gunfire, detected mines, and delivered medical supplies. Now, here's the twist. Researchers believe dogs evolved specific facial muscles just to communicate with us. That sad puppy eye expression we all love, wolves can't do it. Dogs developed this after thousands of years living alongside us. Out of all the species on the planet, doggies chose us. Whether it's marching into battle, crossing continents, or just stepping outside for a minute, all they want to do is be by our side. And if that's not the very definition of a best friend, I don't know what is. I've decided to dedicate this episode to my family's best friend, Buster. You're forever missed.